Hi guys, happy Valentine's Day. Selene here. It's so good to see you. I'm going to give you guys a chance to find me. Today I have a very special Facebook Live. I'm going to do a live class from start to finish. Normally when I hold classes, I do what I call clean copy classes, meaning I don't hold them live and I will edit them down so that you get a nice clean recording, and it's a short amount of time that you actually have to watch to make the projects. But where today is Valentine's Day and I just love you guys so much, I wanted to do a live class and hopefully I can find it. Hey Tanya, happy Valentine's Day, girlfriend. So yeah, today is the live Gnomes class. It's friendly gnomes, and I was, when I did the graphic for the email, I called them the kindest gnomes, but I suppose being friendly and being kind are the same thing, aren't they? So I'm going to go in and hopefully share this into our creative group so that the majority of people that follow us can find us. So we have a whole creative community of people, demonstrators from all over the world, my friends who craft, my team, my customers, anybody that's interested. And if you're interested, the group is called Creating with Selene, and I put the ing in there so that I don't get lost onto which platform that I'm posting, because this one is the public profile, and then the Creating with Selene is just a private little group where people who are crafting can share as well as me. So that's pretty cool. Oh look, I got my share button up, so I can do that now. So share to a group, and I am going to go to Creating with Selene and share this class over there. So welcome everybody. Well, Tanya, I'm sorry that you're doing kitchen stuff. That's a bummer. I did kitchen stuff earlier. I cleaned up. It's a habit for me. I clean up first thing in the morning. So like I'll make a coffee, and while the coffee's brewing, I'll put the dishwasher away and all of that. So it's just a habit. I guess when you get into the habit, then you make it. Okay, good. I can see your comments over here. Well, maybe I can. I don't know. I hope I'm seeing them live. Seeing Tanya's message, but well, hopefully Facebook will be nice to me when I'm live, and I'll be able to see your questions, because today I have a really cool class for you. This past weekend, I had my team meeting, and we met and we made some new projects that are featuring, oh, I guess they're over there. I could show them. They are featuring some online exclusives that are coming next month for people that are not demonstrators. So if you're a demonstrator, you can log in and see all of those online exclusives and even order from them before everybody else. So that's one cool thing about being a demonstrator. The other thing, I had two demonstrators yesterday learning how to do host codes, and it's pretty cool when you get to see that you're getting 20% off all of your purchases to start, and then you get host rewards based on the original purchase price. So if you spend $150, you're also the hostess, and then you get the 20% off at the end of the order, so you get the most rewards and discounts possible. If you're in love with Stampin' Up! Like I am, and you would like to be a member of my team, there's links above in this video, or you can go to selenekempton.com and read about being on my team. I didn't actually update my team page during Celebration this time. I should, because they're running a really cool special. You get to pick $175 for $99, or you can pick $175 plus get the new boho mini cut and emboss. You want to see it? Hang on, I'll show you. Hang on. It's not too far out of reach. Oh my gosh, it's right here. It's so cute. I can bring it. I brought it on the cruise with me. It's so easy to bring places because it's small. And you can get the starter kit $175 for $129, including this, and then you pick $175, your choice. Still free shipping, so it's quite a crazy awesome deal. Yeah, these are only like $30 when it comes down to it, right? Because it's $99 plus if it's $129 if you get the machine, and you can do the boho one, or you can do the white one, but I can't imagine why anybody would want the white one when they could get the pretty blue one. This is a preview of the new in colors that are going to be coming out this year. So I got some business to share with you first. We have 5 colors that are going to be going out. Evening Evergreen, let's see, Soft Succulent, they're the 5 colors that end in 2023. History dictates that the minute Stampin' Up! Announces that those colors are going out, they sell out and you can't buy them. So if you want an extra pack of Evening Evergreen or any of those 5 colors, do you want me to grab them so you can see what they are? I can, if you want. But you really want to pay attention this time of year to those going out colors, because if you missed getting an ink pad or getting your refills for your ink pads to protect your investment or getting that extra pack of paper, they're going to be gone, and this is your warning. So don't say, I'm so mad that I didn't get an Evening Evergreen pack of paper. Oh, okay, I will. I'll get them here. Here, let's see. 1, 2, 3. There's this one. And Evening Evergreen is on my table. I use it so often. So these are the 5 colors. I think I might be backwards, so I'll wait until I flip the camera to show you the actual letters. But it's Evening Evergreen, Fresh Freesia, Soft Succulent, Polished Pink, and Pale Papaya. So unless there's some sort of crazy color shakeup, these will typically go out and be no more, afterwards. But I'll show you, I'll flip the camera here in a minute. So I just wanted you to hear it here first. Do not, I want to say up on my shelf, I have 12 rolls of this color ribbon. You know why? It's my favorite color. When it goes out, I'm going to be completely stocked with this color ribbon. But just don't miss out if there's something that you want before they go. And then we will get 5 cool new colors, and we know that one of them is boho. Yeah. Okay. And then, so the starter kit we went over the in colors. Those are all like really big, important things. So I think I can jump in, and please forgive me because I do have a few new stampers that just joined my team that didn't know basic like how to cut your paper. So I did that with them yesterday, and I actually have a YouTube video for brand new people if they've never like cut their paper, like card cutting for stampers. If you're interested in that, let me know and I can post the link down in the chat after we get off. But my friend Lori still talks about this plastic baggie that I gave her, and it was just white cardstock, and we cut cardstock layers out of white paper and labeled them all for card making. And she still tells me that when she sits down to make a card, just a basic card, because she doesn't do it every day, she still goes back to her baggie and sits down with her measurements, and then everything is right there when she wants to get started. So that's what this video is. It helps you create your own little baggie with your white cheat sheet papers that are all ready for you to go. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know and I'll link to it. Check out this card. So last week we made a card just like it, and you guys loved it so much that I created a whole class around the friendly gnomes. and we're just gonna jump right in and go through it today. Yeah, it really helps, Trisha. And if you want it, because I know that you're a demonstrator, if you want it to help your customers get started, I can send you the video as well. If you go on my YouTube channel and you search 101, Stamping 101, it's the measurement one. I did a few 101 videos, like, you know, Big Shot 101, and there's a few of them in there, but anyway, so this is the first card. Isn't it cute? I think we called it Open Window Pop. I saw one like it when I was on the cruise ship a couple weeks ago, and I copied the card that I saw. So this is not my original design, but the first thing I said to my friend Cheryl is, ooh, grab my ruler. Where's my ruler? And we measured everything out to make this. So I can go over the measurements while we are live here, but if you decide that you want one of these packets in the mail, you're going to get a PDF that has all the measurements, so you won't need it again. You'll have them all written up. This one, the base of this is 8 by 4 1/4, and it's scored at 1 1/4 and 2 1/2 on both sides, on the long side. And then I just cut the window out of the middle, and the window is the same size as the 2 white pieces in the back. One we're going to stamp on in color, and the other one we're going to stick over the back just to make it look nice and lined up. Okay, so let's flip the camera and we'll get moving. If you have questions, thank you, Trisha. Just let me know and we'll do our best to answer them as we go here. All right, so let's flip it. Ta-da, I'm going to put my hand over the camera so I don't make anybody dizzy while I put you in my clip. And away we go. All right, so I am kind of tending to newbies here, and these are the 5 colors that you won't be able to get once they announce. So feel free to, if you're watching this on the replay, to pause your video and take these down. These are the 5 colors that are going out. So all the ribbons that are attached are probably going out. The papers, like I said, unless there's some crazy color shakeup and one of them makes it into the, I hope these 2 make it. It's like voting people off the singing shows. I hope these make it onto the island. Those are my 2 favorite, but what can you do? All right, moving right along. So these are my PDF directions that people get when they place their $30 order, which isn't a lot, but I appreciate your orders. They help me keep going, keep me in business. And I also sent out an email to everybody on my email list. If you spend $60, I'm also going to send you my favorite embellishment right now. And it's still from Christmas. They're the Jolly Pearls. They carried over. And they are absolutely my favorite because they come in 4 different colors. I'll grab one here in a minute. But this is the package as you would get it in the mail if you placed a $30 order in my online store. And if you place a $60 order, you'd also get a full package of the Jolly Pearls. I think the package says Festive Pearls, and I want to say that in the book they were called Jolly Pearls. Okay. So while we're getting started here, if you don't mind, tell me where you're from. Sometimes people meet on these lives. It's pretty cool to see if you've got a neighbor here on the live video. All right, so you can see that they come in 4 different colors, and they really match what we've got going on here. So we can embellish after. You'll notice in the PDF, I did not use them at all because you only get them when you place that bigger order of 60, but you'll also get a celebration choice for that. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's move on. So this is that card that I've already cut for you. And, I had a mat here, like, before I went live, and now it's missing. Jeepers. Okay, well, this is the back piece, and it's 1 1/4 by 5 1/2, and it's the thing that's going to tell me where to stop, because this will be able to fold down into an envelope Well, it'll have to fold that way because of my heart. But it's the thing that measures how long 5.5 is so that it will fit in the envelope, right? And then these are our 2 pieces of paper. And I cut this window sheet down to 4 1/8 by 2 7/8. Okay, let's see. Okay, that made it come out of the next card because this is just these pieces. This is 4 pieces of designer paper. And here's my window. So again, this is 8 by 4 1/4, scored at 1 1/4 and 2 1/2 on both sides. And like I said, the PDF has all of the measurements of everything. So you don't have to go too crazy. If you're going to place an order, you'll get them in print. Okay, so this, I'm scoring it on all of the lines to kind of get it folded. And then I need tear and tape. There's so many things that disappeared when I cleaned up the table that I thought were on the table. All right, so we'll get tear and tape and I'll get a mat. You know that I'll find it the minute that I go and get it, right? Well, since I lost it, I'm going to take a sip of coffee. My friend who does videos, she said every time you lose something on your table, you're supposed to take a drink. So I'm going to take a drink here. There. Now, hopefully I don't lose anything else. Hey, Kathy. Oh, it's so good to see you. Trish is from Orange County, California. Where are you guys all joining us from? Kathy's from Michigan, I know that. Or are you in Michigan today, Kathy? I hope you're someplace tropical. Says your freezing cold friend from Massachusetts. I'm going to put some tear and tape down here. And this is going to be the inside of my project. And I'm going to get the window going first. Because I have a feeling if I leave that piece of clear window sheet out, that it will get lost on my black table. You think? It could definitely happen. All right. So my favorite way to use tear and tape now is with the Take Your Pick tool. I use the little spatula and get it underneath the middle to get the tear and tape pieces off. I used to not like tear and tape at all. It's actually my best friend that she loves this adhesive, and I could never figure it out. And I would be digging at the ends, trying to get the ends to come up, when it's so much easier to slide under the middle and just peel up. Auburn, Washington. Ooh, Washington State. The clear across the country from me, Val. You can be my mirror on the other side of the country. Had snow and ice today. I hope it's not coming this way. The sun came out today here. It was nice to see. We actually opened the screen door in the front of our house today to try to let some sunlight in. All right, so I'm going to stick this window sheet on the inside of the card to the tear and tape like that. And now it's all stuck in there, all pretty. And then I'm going to use, and you know, you can swap these out. They're exactly the same. It's just the front and the back. So on the back, I used the hearts. And on the front, I used the petal pink pattern. But honestly, you can put down whatever side makes you happy more. You don't have to use the same pattern I did. You'll get them pre-cut in your pack 4x1. But for this, I'm gonna actually make it like I made the sample. I never do that. I get bored easy, so usually I change things up, but I just love this one so much. Okay, so I got my 1-inch piece, and these are just on the 1 1/4 inch strip things. And then I'm gonna use seal for this, and just add a little bit of adhesive on the end, and that's going to tell me where my card will end. I'm sure there's multiple ways you could do this measurement because of how flexible it is, as long as when you go to stick your project together, you make this strip 5.5. So you could make it like 1.5, you could make it thicker, you know, you could make it 3 inches, but it's kind of cool to have that like open window thing going. Reminds me of the like the windows in a house that open out, like the 3 season windows or whatever, you know what I mean? You guys can come up with the words. I don't have any words right now. All right, so this is going over a little, and I don't like the way that it's sitting there, so I'm just gonna see how like there's a little tiny piece of paper. I'm just gonna trim it. If something's not perfect, you can fix it, which is good. Oh, and look, I did the same thing on that side. A wee bit crooked today. Maybe I'm still swaying from the ship. Okay. Hey, Myrtle. Thank you for being here today. Oh, thank you, Val. I'm so happy that you're gonna get this kit. And the directions are already done for it, which is pretty cool. So on the back, I did the 1-inch strip with the hearts face up. But again, like if you have a favorite, put your favorite up on both sides. There's no right or wrong here. This was just to kind of get our card built, per se. Okay. So then at this point, you could fold it either way and it would fit in an envelope perfectly. By the way, in these kits, I also include 4 envelopes, and they're all sitting at the bottom of the packet. So at the top, the cards are going to come stacked in order, and everything's cut, scored for you. So all you have to do is stick it together. So I ran this through the die cut machine with the Give It a Whirl dies. That is the medium heart from the Give It a Whirl dies, and it is using the In Color 6x6 glimmer paper. I am so addicted to them, and I love you guys so much. This is the only Love You card, and I know that by the time you get this, it may not be Valentine's Day anymore, but you could still send somebody a Love You card. I love sending Love You cards, or I love sending cards that just say I'm lucky to be your friend. So lucky is going to be the next thing on my docket, I bet. But I really wanted to do this one live today because it's just such a cool card class that even if you're not buying from me and you're just a demonstrator, I want you to be able to see this cool fold. It's super fun to put together. All right, so I do have some new stampers in the midst. Well, Jackie's a returning stamper, but she was the one yesterday that was saying that she'd never done card math before. And so I decided today I would cater to the newbies and put everything away so that I could show everything from the beginning. So if I were going to stamp the Love You on this, it's a separate stamp, but I could decide to put this on a block and then put the Love You right underneath it. You can build the stamps so that you only have to stamp once if you're stamping, although for this one, I don't know, he's got a little heart. I think Love You is good. I can send this to a friend. I can send more than one Love You card. I love everybody, I think. There aren't many people I don't love, I'll tell you that. All right. Hey, Glenda, nice to see you. Thanks for joining me today. So I've got my gnome and my Love You loaded on the same block. And ta-da. So I often get questions about cleaning my stamps. If I am in a event, like in 2 weeks, I'm going to have a retreat in person. And if there are open stamps out, I'm going to have some of those purple chamois so people can just use water and it will clean up the stamp off. But when I go to put them away, I use our mist and scrub. This is the scrub part. And on one side, there's a little water drop, and that's the side that I spray with the mist. And then I can clean, 3 or 4 stamps at one time. But before I put my stamps away, I clean it with this. Now, if I'm doing a bigger event, when I get home, my blocks are usually quite a mess. And of course, they have conditioner on them because this conditions your stamps. So the difference between cleaning with the purple chamois is the purple chamois is just water. This has the conditioner to protect your stamps over time. So before I put them away after a big event, I do that. And then I clean my blocks with this yellow stuff. Let me show you. I got it on Amazon. I originally found this stuff during the pandemic when we couldn't get Clorox wipes. It's essentially like a Clorox wipe in a container, and I have it on Amazon auto delivery, and I get one of these, and it's $3, and they deliver it with my subscribe and save every month. So this is the one I use, and it helps me put my blocks away. Like they'd be different colors and red, putting them away after a bigger event with the conditioner that would move around in my blocks. Then, you go to put a stamp down on it and you're putting the stamp on the conditioner. It makes the back of your stamps a little slick sometimes. So I like to clean up my blocks nice and solid. So that's my 2 cents for that for the day. Okay, so now we're going to make a little palette. So I'm going to take the envelope that my container came in, or my packet came in, and I'm going to use it to make a watercolor palette. So whether you have, this is kind of big. Okay, let's fold it. Whether you have an ink pad or Stampin' Write markers, the regular classic ones, not the blends for this, but any classic water-based ink will work for this. So I got my white bag, and these are the colors I'm using. And like I said, this is just my regular Stampin' Write marker, and this is Mint Macaron. I'm gonna make a palette for all of the cards just to make it easier. This is Petal Pink. Can barely see it, if at all. It's there. Okay. And then Soft Succulent. And like I said, you can do this with markers or ink pads. I just happen to have the ink pads out. Basic Gray. But whatever you have is easy, whatever's easiest. And Balmy Blue. So now that I have that palette, hopefully I won't stick my arm in it, but I can use it to color all of my projects through the whole class. I put a piece of, hey Pam, hey Carol. Oh, it's so good to see everybody. So I put a piece of white paper in there so that I can see where I'm going. And yep, you guessed it, I am pulling out my Wink of Stella. I do have to kind of brush off in between. And because I'm working with a white die cut, I'll put it on a black paper to make it easy to see in the video. And I'm going to start with the lightest color and start with his nose. And when my face gets red, the first thing that gets red on me is my nose. So I'm going to take a little bit of this sweet sorbet and pull it off to the side, because I don't want it to be like a solid color. I just want a watercolor with it, and I'm going to put a little pink in his nose. He can be just like me. And then, so funny. It's the first thing that goes red on me is my nose. And then I'm going to highlight where the artist made dark marks, like the black little hash marks with the memento pad. And put the darkest areas of ink in those spots with my Wink of Stella still. Brush off just a little bit. And then I'm going to blend out that color until it disappears. And then I can go back in and get more. And actually this time I think I'm going to make it highlighted in the middle. And you do that by coloring up both sides of the hat and leave some of the middle more without ink. So here we go. I hope you guys are hearing me today. My friend Bonnie was telling me last week when I did this card the first time, she didn't hear me with the sound. So I hope sound is good today. Let's see. Okay, so I've got that. And then I think I want to make the heart kind of the same way. So I'm going to start with the darkest areas on the outside. And this is like a glimmer heart almost, right? Because we're using Wink of Stella. So I'll start with the two sides being the darkest. Because I love you guys. Oh my gosh. Because of you, this is why I do what I do. I'm very grateful. And then for this one, I'm just kind of scraping off a little bit because it doesn't take like, I had somebody clean off their brush during club and they were literally emptying their brush, and it's just a matter of getting the top bit of ink off and you're ready to go again. So I thought that I would mention that. In the directions, it tells you to make sure that you clean the brush, but you don't have to like go too crazy. And then he's got a little arm right here. It's hard to see with his cute beard, my goodness. And we'll color his pants. He's got blue jeans on, right? And then I'm gonna pick up a little bit of the basic gray to color his shoes. So if I wanted to color a straight marker color, it would just be one solid color. But because we pick up the color and use Wink of Stella to move it, we can have like that watercolor effect and add sparkle at the same time. I mean, hello, best of both worlds. And in all cases, I'm making the outside of these images darker so that there is a defined light source and you can see where the light is on his shoe and on his hat and on his heart, which I love. Let's put a little bit more red there to highlight that heart. Okay, so then when you're done, you can scrape off the brush a little and then we can add Wink of Stella to just his beard, and I'm trying not to go through too much, and I did hit the red. He'll have a little blushing beard, but we get that, right? Okay, so then we're gonna line these up, and these are just two pieces of die cut deckled rectangle. And I'm gonna start with this one and kind of get it in the middle like that. And then that will make this one that much easier to stick down. Whoop, haha. If I take the cover off, it would make it way easier to stick down. And then I can lay this one over the top once I get it to where I want it. Just like that. So then this one just folds up and goes right flat in the envelope. And when the person gets it in the mail, they get quite a surprise, huh? Oh, I didn't stick that. There we go. Okay, so that's the first card. Wicked cute, huh? All right. Oh, yay, you're placing your order. Thank you, Val. I appreciate you. Oh my gosh. All right, so card number 2 is adorable. Hang on, let me see if I have the sample here. Oh, my little mini boss is under it. So cute. Here. This is it. I was kind of hoping that MJ would stop by. My friend Mary Jo and I, we have a thing for squirrels. And spring is everywhere, don't you think? So in between the layers here is where you'll find your die cut Val. So again, because I am catering to the newbie today, I decided to start do everything from scratch. So we've got this guy, the one with the flowers is the one that fits him. And we'll stamp him first. And I've got my Memento ink pad. You can see all the scraping off I did of my wink. And I can tap, tap, tap with the Memento because it is a different style pad than our other ink pads, the squishy ones. Okay, let's see if I can do this without being right on top of it. This is not the right stamp. Ha! Boy, am I glad it's see-through. I didn't put it away in the right spot. We want the guy with the flowers. Oh my God, that's so funny. What a riot. Okay, well, that would explain why it was so hard to line up. You want the guy with the flowers for this one. That's a riot. Okie doke. Comedy relief brought to you by me. All right. And then we want the spring is everywhere. And boy, I can't wait for spring. And then we need our little squirrel dude. And see, these are real easy. You just clean them and stick them right back on the thing. And then this, it's kind of a thicker sheet of clear that goes over them. But they'll be ready to stick back. Okay. So let me see. We got this piece. Oh, there it is. I'm like looking for my white piece. So we got the gnome, and now we need our squirrel. Squirrel. Oh, he's so cute. Okay, so he goes there. And then spring is everywhere right above his head. And then we can start watercoloring these guys. So if this were a straight marker, I wouldn't be able to get the really cool differences in color here. So I am not going to go direct into the darkest part of this color. I'm going to take some out and go light with him and start with his cute little tail. And again, I'm going to pay attention to how I'm coloring. So I'm going to probably leave his belly completely white. But I'm going to go around the edges and add some color around the sides first. Like that. So now when I go to fill in, there's naturally less paint on my brush. So I get that dark to light thing already. Now I'm going to add a horizon line. So I'm going to add a little bit of paint to my brush. And did you know that it's impossible for the human hand to draw a straight line? We're just going to sketch one across. So I'm going to paint like he's standing on the ground. And here he is, just ta-da. Okay, and it doesn't matter that that stroke's a little darker because this guy is going to sit right there and it's going to look good when we're done. So I'm going to do the shoes next, and I'm going to start with a dark line in the bottom because that's like the sole, and then I'm going to do what we did for the other one and start on the outside with the darkest bit of color and then drag the color in from the sides. Cool, huh? And I did, last time I did petal pink for the flowers, and then I did a red center. I was thinking this time I would do a red flower and a petal pink center. Like there's no right or wrong with these. You can take them and make them your own. So fun. I love it. Okay, and then we're going to do his hat again. So let's, while I get the deep red, we'll go, if you wanted to make these guys into Smurfs, you could almost make them all blue. They're so cute. Did anybody love the Smurfs as a kid? They were my favorite. Well, that, and I liked Mighty Mouse and Bugs Bunny, of course. Saturday morning cartoons. Let's see. Okay, so here we go. And I'm gonna, again, try and get the outside more vibrant than the middle. And then we'll drag the color in until it disappears. So like no lines, right? This is so relaxing. When I go as a guest to retreats, and sometimes I do, like if my team has retreats or I was just on one, I love to just bring my markers and my Wink of Stella and sit in watercolor. It's one of my favorite things to do. My daughter actually came up with this technique when Wink of Stella first came out, and then once I started doing it, I couldn't stop. It's just so fun. Okay, so there's my gnome hat. And now for this guy, I went mint macaron on his shirt to match the designer paper. And I think that there's a shirt in there somewhere, so I'm just going to color that part mint. And then the same thing down this side. And last time I went light first, but this time I started with the darker color. So I got to go back and get his nose. And that I used petal pink. And if you have blends, you could totally substitute blends. You could always just put Wink of Stella on top if you wanted to add Wink, or if you wanted to leave it off. I can't imagine wanting to leave Wink off, but I'm going to make his nose red again because art imitates life, right? All right, so there's the middle of my flower. I'm making them petal pink, just like his nose. I'm going to add Wink of Stella to his beard. I just took a little bit off, like the little bit of ink that was on there off. And I could go back to the ink pad to pick up his eye color, but I got the marker right here, so why not? We're going to give him a green eye. All right, I think that's it for this one. Okay, let's take a sip. That was a lot of talking. Okay, so for this one, it's fairly easy to stick together. I got all my pieces that came out, and so again, they're stacked on top of each other. It makes it super easy to find everything because it's just the next card in the PDF, right? But we'll attach, whoop, I got excited and pushed too hard. What can I say? We'll attach these two together, and then the designer paper goes on top. This is 3.5 by 3, and then there's a 3/4 inch strip of cardstock here. I do this sometimes. It almost replaces a ribbon. Like you could put a ribbon there, or I liked having the option. And it was funny because when I was cutting the layers, I cut this piece off the ends. Wicked cool. And then the deckled rectangle. And this rectangle, haha, was the one I cut out of here. So I just used it for the second layer. Oh, Val, I'm sorry. I know your lunch break's probably over. And then spring is everywhere. And then we'll put this guy up on dimensionals. Yeah, so usually when I offer a class, I'll do it with what I say a clean copy video. So the video might be like, I don't know, 12 to 15 minutes, and I just do the highlights. But today I thought it might be nice to start from the beginning and we could just go through everything together. Does anybody have any fancy Valentine's plans? We're gonna make burgers on the grill. I'm gonna make salad with no lettuce. We're gonna do just cucumbers, tomatoes, green peppers, olives, and feta. That's gonna be our fancy Valentine dinner. Super cute. And if you bumped your order up to 60, you're also gonna get these. And I love sprinkling these everywhere. I think my favorite ones are the silver. And I think it's because it's been so long since we've had silver brads, and they're so sparkly. They make me happy. Okay, so that's card 2. Card 3, similar, but it was the other stamp that I had loaded. So luckily I already left her on a block. But this is all die cut for you again. So all you do is put it on a dark piece of paper so you can see her. And then ink up with your memento. Oh, you know what? I forgot one of the ink pads. This uses So Saffron ink as well. Hang on, let me see. I gotta get it closer to my eyeball, sorry. Oh, that's why. Whew, if you grab the wrong stamp, it's not gonna line up, Selene. I did that twice. That's really funny. Okay, so it's super easy to line up when you have the right stamp on top. Hey, Ella, good to see you. All right, so I'm gonna grab So Saffron. This was the one I didn't grab, so she's in there. Okay, and then I made her locks So Saffron. Ta-da. And I love how the end of her hair looks like little party favors. They're so cute. Okay, and then I did the center of the flower with So Saffron. Oh my gosh, she's adorable. All right, so then we got, ta-da, her shoes. And the same deal, we're going to go dark on the sides. Ooh, that's real dark. I might have to pull some off. And then as you pull in from the sides, it'll get lighter. You can see my shaky hand there. But it's cool because the ink's already there, and then you just drag, drag, drag. Super cute. I also did, and here, let me get the black off. I also did the So Saffron, like a little gold button on her shoe. Oh, and I missed some of her hair right there. Okay. So I'm going to go back to the mint for her hat. She's got a much different color than the other guy. The other guy's hat was Sweet Sorbet. Love it, love it, love it. And Elaine, don't worry about it. I was late too, my friend. Hey, Alice, thank you for sharing. I appreciate you. Hi from Indiana. Oh, I'm sorry, Carol. I'm sorry that your guy is sick. That's no fun. Okay, let me see here. We're gonna slide in. But I told you our big plans. We're gonna make burgers and probably watch Alexis do homework. My poor girl, she's got 3 college classes in her senior year in high school. So she's taking AP Stats, AP Calc, and AP Physics. And this week, Physics is the one that's giving her a hard time, and she's usually doing robotics 3 nights a week, but this week she is taking a break from robotics to do homework. Our exciting life. But she's pretty awesome. She's already got computer science out of the way for college, so because she's taken them in high school, she'll get college credit for some of those, so that's good. And as you guys know, if you have college-age kids, it is a small fortune to send your kids to school. So here we go. Another reason that I thank you for placing orders with me, because it helps. Every little bit helps. All right, so I've got her all colored. Oh, nope, I lied. I missed the blue on her flower. So cute. I love these colors together. I didn't think that I would like mint macaron and balmy blue, but they do look pretty flipping awesome. Okay, here we go. So the designer paper, we'll start with this piece, is 5.5 by 1.5, or I lied, 5 1/4, because it's going to sit inside the card, and we trimmed 1 inch off, so it's 7.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Again, all of these measurements will be in the PDF if you order the packet. And then we've got, oh, we got to do our stamping. So there's no one better than you. Ta-da. It is good that she's getting a jump on college. She's definitely driven, like her mom, and her dad. We're very lucky. And she knows what she wants to do, so that's helpful. She wants to do engineering, although her engineering focus changed a little bit. She started off with computer engineering, and now she's actually leaning mechanical, which is pretty cool. It's that robotics thing. She likes playing with power tools, like her mom. I don't know if you guys know this, but my husband and I built my studio in my garage from the ground up. So we literally took one bay of the garage and turned it into a stamping studio, starting with leveling the floor, and we framed it and all of that. So between the two of us, there isn't much we can't build. Okay, so I'm going to take this ribbon. This is the variegated balmy blue and white ribbon. It is so pretty. It's one of my picks for like one of my favorite ribbons of this catalog. I'm just going to tie it twice to make a knot. And those of you that know me know that I do a flat knot. I tie once and then I bring them both up over my hand and I pretend it's paper. Oh, this isn't very long. I pretend it's paper, and the piece that goes on top gets folded under. I just went backwards there, so I'm doing it lefty. And then you tack that piece that you folded under, and then you only pull one side, and that's how you make a flat knot. It helps with postage, because anything that's over 1/4 inch thick will require extra postage. So if you can tie a flat knot, you may get away with just one stamp. Although I, a lot of times, will buy the 2-ounce stamps anyway. I like to send my cards in our clear envelopes, and that requires and the surcharge or the 2-ounce stamp anyway. So, okay. So there's no one better than you. Here's the important piece of this card. You want to make sure that when you stick this down, that you only have adhesive from here over, because if you have adhesive behind here, you'll stick your card shut. So I'll just flip it over there so that I don't accidentally put adhesive in the wrong place. And then lay that down so it's hanging over. And then this one will go up on dimensionals like that, and that's card 3. And then the last one is actually the most simple one, but it's just more watercoloring. I love it, love it, love it. Here we go. So this one has a different layout, a little bit of a twist for the card layout. And this is something that you could try that's super easy. and reproducible and really cute without being hard. I'm going to take this strip of 5 1/4 by 1 inch cardstock, lay it down, and then use my paper snips to trim any excess. So if you flip it over, you can see where you're going, and it makes it super easy to cut just straight, and it's ready to go for the base. Now let's see, we got to bring our girl back in, the one with the flowers. Let's see. That's her. So, actually I lied, the one with the braids. So here she goes. There's our braided girl. And this is a birthday card. So you can take these and turn them into anything you happen to need. There's spring, there's birthday, gnome, sweet gnome. Like if somebody gets a new house, that would be really cool for housewarming. But this is magical birthday. So we'll do this. And I already told you about the cleaner, so I can do that after I jump off. Let's see. And then we've got a little birthday balloon in here. This is such a versatile set, and you gotta love the squirrel. Squirrel. Let's see. There's a mushroom, there's a flower, there's a few things. There's a little bird that I didn't use. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. But if you wanted to change it up, you could put the bird hanging out on top of the words or even on top of the balloon. You can see that my balloon didn't come out that good, but we can fix that when we go to color. All right, so I'm going to pull my Wink of Stella back in. And this is the coloring I did before, but there's no rules. You can change up the colors. I'm going to actually take a bit of the gray and touch. So if you ever make a mistake when you're stamping, you can fix it, but I don't recommend that you draw it in. I recommend that you make dots until the dots connect, like that. So I'm going to take this side, and we're going to do the same thing with the red. We're going to make the outside darker. That's Sweet Sorbet. I know I said red, but that's what it is to me. So this one came out more uniform. I'm going to see if I can make the one that we're doing now a little bit more dark to light, like we did with the other images. So you keep kind of dragging the dark out into the light. That's where all the dark stuff goes anyway, right? And then you just keep going until there's nothing left, and you want to kind of smooth out any lines so that it just looks blended like that. Here, look, it even looks a little liney there. So let's smooth and blended. Get rid of all those lines. And just add a little more ink to pull. Nice. It's a little funny right there at the top, so I'll finish it. There we go. Love it. Okay, so that's the balloon, and look at the difference. It's almost like the other one got blended a bit. So here we go. I might have been rushing when I got to the end on that one, but I'm having fun now. You go down the sides to get your dark spots on, and then we'll use the lines from the artist to get the spot where we should add the darker spots. Stampin' Up! Has artists. We don't need to be an artist. We can just follow their lead. Oh, look at the eyelashes on that guy, or on that one. So cool. My goodness. Okay, so really fun to just sit and color it. It's so relaxing. Sorry if I'm quiet, but I really love to color, so it just brings me joy. Okay, so I did that, and I'm gonna make, on that one I made the lapel darker. I'm just gonna go to the dark spots of the ink for that. I made the inside of the shoes match. I did her little dress with the swirly dot things. Super cute. I made these darker. Okay, and then I think I went lighter on her outfit. So I'm going to start with the outsides again so that I don't get too dark to start. And then I can just blend it until I run out of color. And if I want, I can always go back in and add more color. It's once you've added too much color that you can't take it back. Like a haircut. Once you cut too much hair, you're all done. Okay, I'm going to take some of that red off and go into the skin color and do the face. I'm just using petal pink for that, but you could go whatever skin tone you want. You could go darker. That's kind of the lightest. It's like my color. Okay. Here we go. Ta-da. We'll color these guys just like the other ones. I'm going to go a little darker on the outsides and then blend the color in so it makes like a highlight when you get in there. I really liked those little dots in the shoes being yellow, so I'm going to go back to the So Saffron for that and give her a little saffron in her hair. Isn't she cute? Oh my gosh. And then this just goes on that card base that we have all prepped and ready to roll with the cross section. So thanks for hanging out with me today. I appreciate all of you so very much. I hope that you have a wonderful Valentine's Day and know that you are loved no matter what. I am so grateful to be here with you. Oh, do you think she should have a blue eye? Now I'm doing a self-portrait. My eyes are blue. She should have blue eyes. But she's got way better eyelashes than me, just saying. All right, guys. I hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you for being here. If you consider that you would like to have this class, the packet is free with the $30 order. I'll also send you the PDF and get these in the mail right away because I cut for 24 of them. I think 5 or 6 of them have already sold, which is pretty awesome. And I will get them in the mail by tomorrow and get them out the door to you. So thank you very much and have a great week. And I will see you guys next Tuesday at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard for our typical On the Fly. Thanks, guys.